And this is what it's supposed to look like. You just give a toss, and it jumps right in. Just like that. Alright everyone, welcome back to episode 3. Episode 3 today is going to focus on Abducted. Abducted is a very visual coin through cellophane effect that anyone pretty much who puts in that work can do this. It's not easy by any means, but you have to put in some work to get that very visual looking effect that we're going for here. Now, I love that visual eye candy stuff, and this is something at the end where you can actually hand out everything. So you can prove that there's no holes or anything in the cellophane that got that coin in there, and you're left pretty much clean. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. We're also going to go into the construction of it, and then I'm also going to give you a few handlings to kind of let you guys loose and work on those. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, click that like button, and leave a comment as well. I do appreciate that, and it really helps me out in the long run. So let's go ahead and see what the effect looks like. Okay, so let's get into some handlings now. Now, there's some advanced ones we're gonna learn, and then we're gonna learn a very basic one. It's up to you guys, to put in that work to get that visual one that you guys wanna work with. Otherwise, I'm gonna give you one that shows you very just easy handling to get you guys going. And I'm gonna show you a knuckle buster one that gives you the most visual, I think, out of all of them. So it depends on what you choose. Just put in the practice, that's all I ask. So without further ado, go ahead and show you some handlings here. Okay, so the whole principle is basically a one ahead principle, is where you're just gonna be one step ahead. You're gonna use a duplicate coin. And what I mean by that, of course, is you're gonna have one extra coin hidden already inside of the gimmick. So it's one of those things where you're gonna put a coin inside of there, and you can even have this in your pocket ready to go. And just remember to take it out like this, and when you're ready, you're just gonna tilt it back, and you're gonna hold it with your thumb, okay? Because that's gonna allow you just to release your thumb and have it drop down to the cellophane. But you can have it loaded like this in your pocket ready to go. So you take it out of your pocket, you say, look, we're gonna use an empty box, and the motion of that, the coin dropped down into the thumb, and I can go ahead and show the cellophane now. Now I can borrow a quarter, or I can just take one out of my pocket, either one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up to the cellophane, and I'm gonna drop the coin in my hand at the same time I'm releasing my thumb. So what it's gonna give the appearance is that this coin is gonna melt through this. So at the same time this hand comes up to drop, this is gonna release. I'll show you what that looks like. So you're here, you just come up, and you just touch. So you're covering as the coin falls, and it gives you the appearance of it melting through the cellophane. Okay, so once again, you go ahead and just take this out of your pocket. You already have that coin preloaded there, and you're just gonna display it. And as you display it, you're shooting that coin back into your thumb. And then from there, you're gonna go ahead and release the cellophane, and then borrow a coin or just take one out of your pocket. And as you come up, your fingers are gonna come up and act like you're gonna rub. All right, that's what it looks like. But from the side here, you can see as I come up, I drop, release, and then come away. So it gives the effect that I just rubbed it right through that cellophane there. See what it looks like again. You come up, and you're gonna rub like that, but at the same time, you're gonna drop. Same time you're taking it away. So when you come away, that coin's gonna be under that cellophane there. So last time, you have this in your pocket, you're ready to go. Guys, let me show you one last trick. I always thought this was cool. You guys ever seen people put a card through a window? Well, I'm gonna kind of simulate that. I'm gonna take this coin, and if I just rub it right here, you can see that it pops right through the cellophane. And it does. Go ahead and check that out. And this one is just gonna get palmed to the side there, where they're examining everything. You just kind of ditch everything. So that's the really easy handling. Let's get into a little bit more advanced handling now. Okay, so this is my favorite one, but it's the most difficult one to learn. What I mean by that is the one ahead principle is still gonna be there for you. You're gonna have everything ready to go, but the visualization on this one is, I mean, it can't get any better. You're actually throwing a coin through the cellophane, and that's exactly what it looks like. Now the structure behind it, of course, is you're gonna be a one ahead principle. Now, same thing as last. You're gonna display, bring that to load it into your thumb and hold it as you go ahead and pull out the cellophane. Big difference right now though is your top finger is gonna touch the top, your middle's gonna, or your pinky is gonna touch the bottom, and your fingers in the middle are gonna grip tight. So you're in this weird kind of position here, but what that allows you to do is release your thumb and be able to catch a coin at the same time. I'll show you how it's done. So as you saw it go up, this is something that you can't teach slow, by the way. You just have to practice it. But you get the idea of when it gets tossed, it's gonna get tossed behind the box. Your thumb is gonna come up, release, that's gonna release the coin. Same time you're gonna catch the coin, given that visualization that just went through the deck, or went through the cellophane. So then it would look like this. Same time this is getting caught, this is shooting out. From their perspective, that just looks crazy. The best part is, if you want to, take off that cellophane from the deck, just like that, and go ahead and hand it to them. Because they fully believe that there's going to be a hole and a slit somewhere in the cellophane. They just watch a coin shoot through it. They're not thinking duplicate whatsoever when they see it that visual. And that right there is enough time for them to look at it. This can just go in your pocket. Everything becomes detached. So you pull the gimmick off, the card just falls off with the coin. everyone, that was episode 3. Now, some fun stuff in there and some knuckle busting stuff. However, all I ask from you guys is just put in a little bit of work to make sure you get it nice and clean and it looks very good. Now, that first effect, definitely take advantage of it. Super easy to do. If you're gonna work on the second one, obviously practice, but the work pays off. You're gonna get something very visual in the end. Now, as far as credits go, magicians in the past, with methods, they're always going to be a little bit different from the last person who's created it. So for instance, 3 magicians come to my mind. There is Daniel Garcia, Justin Miller, and Mickael Chatelain. They're 3 creative magicians that actually came up with this plot and redesigned it based on their methods. And that's what we do as magicians. We like to work on things with our own methods and our own unique ways, and that's the most important part. However, if you guys have time, please check out those 3 magicians as they're very clever and talented. And then coming up on episode 4, we're going to have fall. Fall is a way of taking a playing card, being able to punch a hole in that card, and then visually have that hole jump around the card. Of course, at the end you can hand everything out, but this is one of my personal favorites. I told you guys I like that eye candy stuff. One of those tricks where it's to see a hole, see it jump around each parts of the card. Fun stuff to play with. But once again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Check out my last couple videos too and kind of get caught up. But stay tuned for episode 4. Otherwise, guys, we'll see you soon. Take care.